It's been a long time in the coming, but the gorilla finally overcame the Manx missile. Stage 10 of the Tour de France. Before we get to the sprint, let's talk a little about how the day began. Andy, Katusha rider getting thrown out as the first doping positive of the 2011 Tour.
Yeah, it was kind of subdued today at the start. I couldn't even find the Katusha bus. I don't know where it was. But the buzz, in the village today was the Kolobnev case. He left the race, tested positive for a diuretic, a masking agent. The mood really was good riddance. I was kind of surprised. Talking to some of the riders and the sport directors, they're almost happy to see doping cases. I mean, a lot of people say that it's bad for the sport, but the people that are really trying to clean the sport up seem to think that it's a good thing that people do get.
The system's working.
Yeah, the system's working. That's what voters were saying, and some other people around the other buses were saying, if guys are cheating and we're trying to clean the sport up, we're going to have people that test positive. So hopefully there might not be more doping cases in this tour. We never really know, knock wood. But it's incredibly, during the tour, a lot of times we're talking about the crashes, talking about the Kolobnev. You get to the finish line here, the buzz was the Manxster versus the gorilla.
Yeah, that already seemed like yesterday's news. So the sprint really started 15K out. We saw the break reeled in, and what I thought was cool was seeing two jerseys getting up there in the mix. Gilbert attacking with 15K to go, Tommy Voeckler in the yellow getting on his wheel, Tony Martin of HTC latched on. That I think served HTC well, in that they didn't have to chase, but at the same time they were motivating other teams to chase. Since Tony Martin's up there in the GC, we saw big Ginzy Voigt pulling it back. But as you said, the story of the day was Andre Greipel. You talked to a few guys about how excited and what a big deal this win was for him.
Yeah, you saw Cavendish get over those climbs. You saw guys like Pataki and Farah get dropped. Cav was kind of isolated at the end. It seemed like Greipel had a teammate or two to place him on Cav's wheel. And for him to come around Cavendish, mano a mano, it means all the world to Greipel, because he had to leave that team at HTC where he was racking up 20 wins a season, but he was getting those wins at second-tier races. He wasn't coming to the Tour de France. And Ralph Aldag just told me right now, had he not left HTC, he wouldn't have been in this Tour de France because they wouldn't have selected him. The team was all built around Cavendish. So Greipel took that risk, and to beat Cavendish in these conditions, it means the world to him.
There's no love lost between those two guys.
That's right.
Great rivalries are one of the things that make the sport so exciting to watch. We've got a brand new magazine, Velo, and it just digs into these rivalries. We've got Cavendish versus the world. We've got Lance Armstrong versus Jeff Nowitzki. A number of the great stories that make cycling so exciting. You can find out about the new magazine online. You can subscribe online, look at some new spreads. You can read about the bike testing, where we take 4 bikes, put them head-to-head in the laboratory and on the road, give you the results. You can check out all of that on velonews.com, where, as always, you can find everything and anything about the Tour de France.